All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I wanted to do a little bit of a wider showcase on what's going on with Aether's Veil. So it's been about a 2 month process so far that I've been piecing this game together bit by bit. It's meant to be played via Twitch, chat commands, and interactivity with the stream itself. So obviously the game's only going to be available when I'm live. With that said, I just wanted to show you guys a little bit what's going on. First of all, right here we have one of our shops. So this is the Whaler shop. If you can see on the bottom left there, it says that he's got some resources. Now he uses those resources to create more stock items in terms of this. Now all of his items are considered tools. They can be equipped to your character, and how you would go about doing that is you would buy something from him with the money you have. So if we check out my money, we can see that I currently have 191,350 silver. I gave myself that. I didn't earn that. Let's be honest. So I could buy basically any one of these items. But I don't really want to right now, because what I want to do is I want to show you what basically how this works. So every 5 to 10 minutes during the stream, a notification will appear in the top of the screen, and it'll notify the viewers that there's a current gathering phase in process. Now the gathering phase is basically fishing, mining, and foraging. Okay. What's going to happen is new users, if they choose to go fishing, for instance, they're only going to be able to get basic items. And they're going to be able to sell these items at some of the shops. So, for instance, for fishing, the basic level 0 skill items that you're going to be able to gather are things like kelp, seaweed. You might find a broken tool of some kind. Basically, the idea is that you're exploring the beach and finding what you can. But once you get to that level, you get a few bucks together, a few silver rather, you'll be able to buy, for instance, a sturdy rod. Now the sturdy rod, once you level up in your fishing skills, which I will show you by the status, it says here, I have a level 6 berserker, health 198 out of 200, attack 25. Okay, ignore all that. This is the key here, right? So fishing level 1. I'm at fishing level 1, but you'll notice that I'm at foraging level 0 on these other areas, right? Fishing level 1 means that I can potentially catch better fish, but I won't be able to unless I equip the sturdy rod. And so each level of item is correspondent to the fishing level. Once you get to level 6, it just carries on from there. But the idea is that you'll be able to catch whales by the end of it with the whalebone harpoon and the infused harpoon. Now you notice at the top the mining phase is open. Right now I haven't quite implemented the tiered system in the mining phase yet, but I'll just show you a little bit about how that works. So we're going to hit mine, and we go into the mines, and we found some copper ore. So with that copper ore, we're going to be able to look at our inventory. So if we hit items, we can see my inventory, which is probably overloaded with all sorts of stuff. Yeah. So we can see here I have silver ore, 4 iron hammers, a sturdy rod, which, you know, is that guy's item, tooth necklace, wool cloak, blah, 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 blah. Now, we're going to switch shops here. So in order for me to sell the silver ore or the copper ore, I actually have to get out of this shop, okay, and open up the blacksmith. This is Einar. He's the blacksmith, right? Oh, look at those abs. Anyways, so we can sell items to Einar, and you're going to notice, I'm just going to full screen projector this a little bit. You're going to notice here the resources. He's got a lot more resources for one. Each of these resources he can use to craft more items, and certain combinations of items will craft better items as it goes. These are just the level 1 weapons and armor for all the 4 classes that I have. But we're going to sell the silver ore, for instance. We'll do that. We'll sell the silver ore. So we sell the silver ore. Okay, we just earned 15 silver. Okay, but we're going to sell the copper ore. Same thing, 30 silver. So you can see that there's tiers here. We sell this thing, but you'll also notice that, well, his iron resources, for instance, have gone up. And that basically doesn't mean iron. It basically means just like basic metals. So copper would be one of them. But the slightly more higher tier metals, like is represented by the gold icon there, that also went up in item when I sold the silver ore. So we can also buy things from this guy. So let's, we've got four iron hammers. You know what? Let's actually sell an iron hammer back to him. Boom, you can see, you know, it's just 30 silver. It's priced at 70 there. Okay, cool, right? But let's buy it back. Buy iron hammer. Boom, stock goes back down to 5. And we have, once again, 4 iron hammers in my inventory. Like so. Okay. The inventory system, by the way, is actually, I did not create that. I did adapt it quite a bit, but that was created by Tom A on the StreamerBot Discord. So shout out to Tom A. He was kind enough to actually help me figure out what I was doing wrong, because I had to make a bunch of adaptations to it. But we'll get into that later. So we've got these items. What are we going to do with these items? Well, you know, we can see what we have equipped here. Well, I got no weapon, no armor, no accessories, and no fisher's tools. Nothing's equipped. The miner's tool and the hunter's tools, I haven't set up the equip system yet, but this is just kind of a showcase to show how this is all going to work. Okay, so from that point, we can equip weapon, and we're going to equip that iron hammer. Now, the items are all case sensitive. I want to point that out. They're all case sensitive. I'm going to see what I can do to make it not case sensitive, but for now it's case sensitive. So we equip the iron hammer, but now we see equipped. Bam, it's equipped. It's equipped. And so what the iron hammer will do is actually have stats, and the stats are added into your character, although it's not necessarily reflected in your status. Okay, my attack is still 25, my defense is 10. However, what's going to happen here is we are going to just hide this screen for a second here and load up this one. Okay, if you've seen any of the previous videos on the topic, you know that this is kind of the battle sequence. But what we're going to do, give me a second, is we're going to load up a battle sequence, just a cursory one, just to kind of show you guys how it's working. So what are we doing? Okay, we're going to load up a level 1 monstrous wolf. Boom, there he is. Okay, so this guy's going to attack, right? Now you see the number in the bottom right corner of the main frame. Those are turns until the next counterattack. Now I'm still kind of working on the balance of this, so this is all subject to change. But how it's going to work is we're going to go attack. Boom. And we just hit him for 115 damage. 115 damage, one hit. Okay. I'm also level 6, and this is a level 1 enemy, so it is what it is. But let's unequip my weapon. So 115 damage, and there is some variability. You're not always going to hit for exactly the same amount. But now we're going to attack again. And we're going to get him for... Oh, well, we're going to miss him first. We're going to get him for 86 damage. So you see that the addition of the weapon actually created, what is that, 30 extra points of damage? And that's just the level 1 weapon, but once again, I do have a level 6 character. So level 1 characters are not going to be hitting for nearly this hard on a level 1 monster. So that's how that's working. Now, I'm just going to do something real quick here. I'm gonna unequip. No, I've already unequipped. I'm just going to make sure I got nothing equipped here. Come on. Anytime. Let's try that again. There we go. Okay. For some reason, sometimes it misses commands, and I've got to figure out why it's doing that, because it's not exactly overloading my CPU. There's no rendering lag going on. I'm not sure why it's doing that, but I'm going to have to figure that out. Anyways, so okay, I've got nothing equipped. That's good. That's good. What we're going to go and we're going to make, is it reset care? Yes, it's reset care. Okay, so now I'm a level 1 Carl. So under Viking culture, a Carl is basically just your everyday Joe Schmo. They're not warriors. They're generally farmers, but they're not slaves. They're not thralls, right? So they kind of have some agency to, do what they want with their lives. But a Carl, you'll notice when I hit attack, nothing happens because you can't be a farmer. You have to have one of the main classes. So it's entirely possible that if people want to remain a Carl and just play the other elements of this game, that's totally fine. They can be merchants, they can do all sorts of stuff. But if you want to engage in battle, well, you're going to have to choose one of the classes. So there are 4 classes. There is the Berserker, which is basically equivalent to the Barbarian. There's the Drengar, which is equivalent to just a warrior. There's the Runecaster, which is equivalent to a mage, and then there's the Skald, which is equivalent to a bard, for instance. Okay, so we're going to set class. Let's say we're going to be, I was a Berserker before. Let's be a Skald. Skald. Bam. Roots to Rise has become a Skald. So now we see my status, and nothing's changed. Nothing's changed except for my class. Okay. Well, I got to fight this guy. And right now, all I have is the ability to attack it. I am working on getting the skill system set up, but it's just a matter of putting it in. So now that I'm a Skald, I can definitely attack this dude. But I'm only hitting him for 4 damage. But I'm getting 3 experience points every time I hit him. So that's interesting, right? So we can keep going here. Bam. Bam, bam, and then he counterattacks. He hits me for 11 damage. Bam, bam, and hold on. Takes a little while to get to level 1. Where am I at? 24 experience points. So, so you get to level 1 at 50 experience points. So let's just hit attack a bunch more times. Now, when you guys are playing this, it's actually going to have a 30-second cooldown on this. The only reason I don't have a cooldown is because I'm the streamer. It recognizes that whatever I'm putting in there, it's meant to be there. But Twitch has this natural 30-second cooldown on identical commands. So just to make things easier for everybody involved, I set that to that 30 seconds. So when Twitch allows you to use the command again, you're going to be able to use the command again. Now, VIPs and mods, they're not subject to the Twitch cooldown. However, I have enabled this situation where VIPs and mods are subject to the 30-second cooldown on this command. So we're going to go back in here, attack. Oop, spell it right. That'd be nice. Attack, attack. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make this a little easier on me, and I'm just going to load up my stats so that I can see these things climbing as we do it. Bear with me a moment. Where is it? Roots to Rise, right there. Okay, so actually, it's kind of ironic I did it right there because one more hit and we're going to level up. And, well, no, let's not miss. Okay, Roots to Rise has reached level 2. Now we look at my status, and we can see now that actually, oh, look, some things have gone up. Attack level 6, defense 7, speed 7, skill power 8. Well, I got 1 more point of attack. So how much am I going to hit? Keep in mind I'm barehanded right now. 7 damage. Okay, so there's a slight increase. Let's do it one more time, just to kind of see the variability. Another 7. Okay, another 7 in a row, and he attacks me for 7 damage. 6 damage. So, okay, all right. So you can kind of see there's some variability there. Now, what we're actually going to do real quick here is we're going to go back to the shop. Now, Skalds, there's only certain things they can equip, and that's represented by underneath where it says class. It's the quill icon. It's a feather. The idea is that Skalds in the Viking Age were poets. So we're going to buy that writing quill. Buy the writing quill. boom, we purchased the writing quill, and I know I've already showed you guys this now, but let's do it with the class-based system. And then we're going to equip weapon, writing quill. Now, because this is like a bard character, obviously he's not a hard hitter. This is going to increase his damage a little bit, but not a whole lot. So we're going to go back now to this guy. We're going to attack again. Oh, wait, first, actually, let's go equipped. Just to make sure everything works. See, yeah, weapon writing quill. Okay, perfect. And we're going to look at status, see where we're at in terms of health. Okay, we're good to go. How about 63 experience? And we're going to attack again. 10 damage. Okay, so it increases some more. So as you can see here, this is kind of a multifaceted system. It's actually starting to come together and work interchangeably with each other, with itself, really. So what's going to happen in the coming weeks is I'm going to be tightening up a lot of the game itself. Also setting it up in such a way that it's not obtrusive, shall we say, to the stream itself. Like, one of the things that you're going to notice is, well, there's a lot of commands going back and forth here. And when you're streaming and you want, you know, chat to be engaging and stuff like that, well, that's a bit, you know, it's a bit much, right? You're not going to be able to keep track of this. There is, however, if you see, I got some chat left over from my last stream, where my friend Snow Penguin there is talking to me about whales. I do live by the ocean. And that is one way to see, but the reality is that it becomes very overwhelming for people who don't want to like wait for the chat to catch up, or wait for the stream to catch up to the chat, right? So that's why I've set it up that this is going to work in phases. So the gathering phase, there's a 10-minute break in between phases. Same thing with the shop menu and the battles and all that kind of stuff. That's all going to come in phases. And so it might be a half-hour break in the middle of a game during stream, where we're going to go and we're going to run through a bunch of phases, whether it be battle, whether it be a narrative-based phase, which is one of the next things I'm working on, is because this game is going to have a narrative. One of the faction-based phases, which actually, yeah, I should probably show you guys the factions. So there are factions in this game. If I use the right command, we can actually, there we go, faction. Faction systems, a new feature coming to the channel. There are 4 factions, each with their own unique traits. There's the Dawnsworn, the Hidden Spring, the Sleeping Thorn, and the Svartkrieger. Learn more about each faction by typing faction. And to join a faction, so on and so forth, right? Now, when you join a faction, you're actually going to be basically joining a team of other players. And there's going to be an element of this that is basically, it's based around role-playing. It's going to take place largely in the Discord. But as a result, it's going to actually, what happens in the Discord is actually going to affect my writing of the narrative. So things that happen in each episode are going to be based largely on what the factions are doing in the episode before. And there is going to be elements where the factions could be doing quests for their respective factions during stream, and then discuss what they're going to do about those quests in the Discord and so on and so forth, and that sort of thing. So I'm trying to make this as interactive and as immersive as I can, while still retaining the nature of Twitch as a game streaming platform and a place to hang out and talk to people and create a community. It's very difficult to create a community when all you see is command lines, so that's why I'm limiting it. Yeah, we can see now another phase has started. Well, a minute and a half ago, another phase started foraging. So we can go forage, like so far. Found some henbane, cool. I wouldn't recommend smoking that, by the way. Anyways, so that is the basic functionality of the game itself. I may make a video in the near future that kind of goes like into the back end of this, that goes over how I kind of put everything together, because it is quite a complicated process. And it's done very little through code, believe it or not. Very little of it is actually code. The items system is code. The thing being is that I am very, how shall I put this? My knowledge of C# or I think think it's C sharp. Yes, my knowledge of C sharp is very rudimentary. I miss items of code. It is what it is. However, a lot of the mathematics and stuff like that can be done right through StreamerBot, and as long as you understand how to use the variable system, it works. So yeah, I want to hear what you guys think, and let me know, and we'll make some more videos on this topic. And as it gets closer and closer to release, I want to see if I can get some interest. So yeah. Welcome to the channel. Drop me a subscribe, and feel free to head on over to Twitch and give me a follow there, because that would always be useful. Peace out, guys.